With European contact, many nations and tribes became lumped into one homogeneous group known as Indigenous, Aboriginal, or Indian. This has caused Indigenous people to be viewed as a single nation, erasing the reality of many nations with different social, cultural, and spiritual beliefs and traditions. Eurocentrism introduced identity politics based on race, blood quantum, and what people look like. This raises the question of whether being Indigenous is a racial, ethnic, cultural, legal, political, or genetic identity. Blood quantum, which serves no other purpose than to limit, eventually eradicate Indigenous identity, is in direct opposition to the traditional notion of indigeneity, being one's connection to the land, culture, and recognition within a tribe, nation, or community. We affirm that the Indigenous people and Indigenous communities of faith will self-determine who is part of the Indigenous Church. These are readings from the calls to the church by the caretakers. And one of the things I have done to merge the gifts of the Spirit and our traditional gifts is to put together a bundle and a teaching. And the teaching comes really from Jerusalem, but it also comes from North America. And what I've done is bring together gold, frankincense, and myrrh with our own traditional healing gifts of cedar, sweetgrass, tobacco, and put everything together in a bundle and make that bundle part of our teaching, that we have received healing gifts. So sage, tobacco, sweetgrass, and cedar. Those are the gifts of part of our teachings and part of our people. So as we bring our communion together, we put on the table a smudge along with the cup of juice and the bread, which we take at communion. We also use a cup for baptism, and we use a smudge as well. So we're incorporating these Indigenous values which were once prohibited by law. If we practiced any of those beliefs and traditions, we were put in jail. So now, today, that is no longer the case. And so we are making use of our traditional gifts along with the principles of Christian teachings, which are all together very close and very complementary.